Hi there, Henry Smith here from IamWealthyandRich.com. Welcome to today's video update, where I update cryptocurrency portfolio. Then I'll talk about something of interest afterwards. So make sure you stay to the end of this video after the update. Before I continue, it's important for me to do the important, disclaimer. I'm not a financial planner, I'm not a financial advisor, so this is not a financial advice video. So make sure you do your due diligence, your own research. Also understand that all investing can be risky, so do not invest in any kind of investment with more money than you can afford to lose. So with that, what I'm going to do is share my screen and go straight into the update. So this is spreadsheet that I update. 3 columns: altcoin, Bitcoin, and totals column. The green and red. Green is when it's moved forward on the previous day, where red is when it's moved backwards. I'm sure you gathered that. So we had a forward and backward day. And Bitcoin's been down 2 days in a row. So let's see where we are today. Today is the 18th of November. This particular portfolio consists of 1 whole Bitcoin and a selection of specially researched alternative coins or altcoins. It's a live feed that comes from a live feed here into an asset group, and we get the final figures here, updated every 10 minutes. So it seems like the altcoins have surged quite a bit, and Bitcoin has gone down quite a bit. So this is an interesting split. So what we have here is in US dollars, here is in British pounds or pound sterling, and what we have here is the percentage split, which is usually 25-75, but it seems like the altcoins have decided to move on, which is interesting. Okay, so the figure I want anyway is here, 205,444.03. Let's put that in there right now. Time it now. Put this light on. It's better. Right. So what's it? 205,444.03. 205, 203. Change that 203. And then we bring this down. It's still down. It still hasn't recovered. So it's minus 4,000. Just red, 4,062 minus 4,062. And what do we have here? We have the totals: 262,120 and 27 cents. 262,120 and 27 cents. Right. So that looks like it's down as well. Minus 5,000. That 5,000 minus 5,648. And let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Minus 1,586. So it's all down. Bitcoin at 58,676, according to 10 minutes ago anyway, the last 10 minutes. So that's 3 days in a row, and yeah, the altcoins forward, backward, but yeah, mainly backwards. So the whole portfolio is down by 5,648. So that's cool, that's fine. Should I save that? So very important to understand what's happening. You know, the market is majority of the altcoins and different coins are down, and a certain amount of liquidity, certain amount of coins have been taken out of the market. There was a report of relate this to the Bitcoin drop. Over the last couple of days, there was a report that either a whale or big institution withdrew over 8,000 Bitcoins from circulation of the exchanges. And that's something that could cause something like this. Also in Ethereum, over 2 million Ethereums, not $2 million, 2 million Ethereums were withdrawn from the exchanges. So things like Coinbase and all the popular exchanges, Binance and so on. To over $2 million, 2 million Ethereums, not $2 million, 2 million Ethereums. So it's 2 million times whatever Ethereum is, times 4,000. That's like a lot. Anyway, I mean 8 billion or something was withdrawn from the exchanges. So that had an effect on the market. But all that is, is neither here nor there. Sometimes you can look at this as what we call whale games. The big whales, those who have, who are very deep pockets, sometimes do certain activities to cause the market to go down, which scares people, and then they start selling and they get out of the market. And then what they do, then they buy back in the market at the lower price. These are known as whale games. The sensible thing is to ignore it and just stay strong, stay hold. And if you've got money set aside, buy into the dip. But that, that's what they do. That's what you do. But never sell out of with the markets going down out of weakness. So the market cap is down to 3 trillion, down 2.5 trillion, but that's fine. That's not a big problem. 20% or so, less than 20% drop. That's quite normal in a bull run. In fact, it's very interesting. I said we're still in an uptrend. We're still within this channel here, okay? Going up, going down, going up, and this might come down to this tunnel here and then go back up again, and so on and so forth. But we still seem to be in this tunnel. But very interesting to understand. Like I said, Bitcoin, the market itself moves up and down, up and down. It doesn't go in a straight line with no interruptions. If it's going up, it will go up and then come down. And people complain when it comes down. They go up and then come down before it gets to the top. The last bull run, which was 2020, this seemed so small when it went up to 20,000 for the first time. But it was an incredible event. But again, it didn't go up in a straight line. It went up the same way, and it had lots of pullbacks and corrections. Many pullbacks as it went up and then down and then up, and then there's a dip there. Not even doing it justice. But if you count them, there were many different times when it fell up even 30%, when it came up here and fell down here, before it went up to the peak of 19,900 and whatever it was. So understand, on its journey, it's not a straight, smooth, uninterrupted movement. It doesn't work that way. There's ups and downs, and who knows? Nobody even remembers the things that happened when this happened. When this happened, nobody even remembers. Nobody cares to remember, really. When it came up here and went down here, and it came up here and it went down here, nobody cares. When it came up here and went down here, so many people thought it was the end of Bitcoin. But obviously, compared to, if you tell them one day, don't worry, one day it will reach 50,000, 60,000, they'll say, you've got to be joking. It can't even get above 8,000. It was struggling to get past 8,000. And when it reached, 17,000, came down to 12,000, or 13,000, shall we say, people thought it was the end of the world. So human beings are emotional. Don't be emotional. Can't be emotional in investing or trading. Can't be emotional at all. Emotion is a money killer. Okay. So this is just a blip compared to what's happening now. So like I said, you come to the current day. Let's bring this where we are now. You understand? And people are still having doubts. Oh, is it the end of Bitcoin? Are you kidding me? This is the end of Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been through so much way back in. I'm not even don't have time to do it today to zoom into the things that it went through here. If I zoom in and went through so much things, and then this monumental achievement here in end of 2017, and now people have forgotten that now. People have forgotten that monumental hit in 20,000. Now because it's now because Bitcoin is 59,000. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. It's a break. So just calm down and understand that it's just part of the journey. You'll go up and down, up and down, up and down. It doesn't really matter what the world's doing. Bitcoin is heading in one direction. Okay, that's what it's doing, heading in one direction, which is up. And that's all that matters. And it's not up in a straight line. It's up and down, but in an upward direction. So, it hasn't fallen below this red line yet. Still holding a support. So that's just doing really well, this 59,000 level, 59,000, 57,000 level. Holding that very strong support here. So it's bound to bounce off and go back into the above the green line in time when it's ready. Still fairly at and above the shall we say the moving averages, the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. So it's holding this as support at the moment, and this tunnel is showing that yes, it's bearish at the moment. But when you zoom out from the day to, let's say, the week, not the month, weekly. Where's the week? I 1 week chart. You can see it's still very, very bullish. Still bullish, and that's what really matters. So when in doubt, zoom out. When you zoom in, it looks like you're seeing things on a day-to-day basis, or even sometimes hourly basis, and that's not really the way to look at the true momentum of the chart. Ethereum is doing the same kind of thing, but it's on its way up as well. Gone through a mini correction, then it will go back on its original direction. So whales, people can slightly manipulate the market, and fool people into panic selling. But don't you be one of them. Stay strong, and also understand. There's a lot of things happening. We've been talking about looking at some of the news channels, the business news channels, and they're talking about inflation. Here we are, November 2021, and they're talking about inflation being the worst in 30 years, and food prices are going up, and this is going up, and so on and so forth, and supply shortages, all these problems. And we were talking about these, last year, 2020, and the beginning of this year. Like, you wait, when we come to the later half of 2021, you're going to hear them talk about inflation and all this, worst inflation they've seen since 30 years, and food, these prices going up, energy prices going up, this price is going up. What they, and the percentage that they give in inflation is not really, it's not really what's the actual inflation figure. It's just they don't want to scare people if they give them the real inflation figure. But understand you should understand the game of money and play it well. Understand that since this pandemic of coronavirus, they've been printing a lot of money. They've violated the rules and the laws of money. If you violate the rules of money, the laws of money, then you have to pay the price, or people will have to pay the price of the country. Now, this has been done globally, so a lot of people are going to pay the price. Fundamentally, if you dilute the supply by overprinting too much, that is a fundamental disregard for the laws of money. Okay, they printed a lot of money, more than 40% of the current supply was printed in the last 18 months. And this is the effect of why what is happening in the news is happening now. There's no, but the thing is, they won't come forward and say that's the reason why. They won't tell you. You understand that they caused it because of what they did over the last 18 months. Well, this is the price people are going to pay now, and this is about the reason why you need to be in the cryptocurrency, specifically have a very sizable Bitcoin holding, because Bitcoin obeys the laws of money, obeys the laws. Okay, and basically a fixed, scarce supply, as opposed to an ever-expanding supply. Do you have an ever-expanding supply? The price, the value, your purchasing power will keep going down and down and down and down. So this is the reason why you need to make sure you're always saving money in Bitcoin. But in fact, go to our free training and talks to you about that, how you can protect yourself from this and future, because it's not over. It's not over yet. We've got a whole decade in front of us. So by the end of this decade, those who have managed their money well will be in a good position, and it's never too late to start. So to go to my website. The website. So yeah, what you want to do is go over to this website here. Screen share. IamWealthyandRich.com. How to understand the game of money and play it well. And fill in the short form here. Get your millionaire mindset and investment strategy now. And start putting your money, to work for you. Okay, instead of you being a slave to money. Okay, so and so that you're not affected by what governments are doing. In some cases, they have no choice but to do it, but really, it's not going to help anybody. It's going to cause a lot of challenges, and things are just getting started. So fill in the short form, and start learning how to understand the game of money and play it well. Before I came, there was a time I didn't understand the game of money. Neither did I play it well, but now I do understand the game of money. Money is a game. You need to understand the laws of money and understand, like I've said in many cases, many places. I'm not talking about how to understand the game of business. I don't care if you're a successful affiliate marketer or a successful e-commerce person, drop shipper, or whatever your business model is. And you can be making a ton of money, but your money you're making is fiat money. Fiat money. You're making only fiat money, and that money is being debased. That means you're going to be working like you're trading quicksand. You're working exponentially harder for less returns. Okay, so your buying power is being reduced. So you need to learn how to understand the game of money and play it well, not just understand the game of business. You're great. If you're good at business, I applaud you. Well done for being great at understanding the game of business and playing the game of business well. Well, that is different from understanding the game of money and playing the game of money well. You understand? And that is what governments don't understand. So you need to, that's something you really need to understand. Anyway, with that, we continue our journey, and notice I've been consistent in portfolio. You should check the videos that's going back to February this year to now. You can see the portfolio up, down, up, down, up, down. But what am I? Consistent. Consistency wins the game. Okay, not consistency wins the game. So make sure that's one of the rules of being successful in finance, is being consistent in your game plan. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video, the channel, hit the notification button, and so on and so forth. I'd appreciate if you do that. Thanks very much for watching, and have a wonderful day. See you in the next video. Bye.